Imagine you are at a party. You meet someone new.
Right, a fun setting.
The music is playing, the vibe is great, and you are having a wonderful time. And you really want to show interest in this new friend. So you ask a very simple question. You ask, how much money do you make?
Oh no, that is a dangerous question.
It really is. Suddenly the room goes ice cold. The person looks shocked. They take a step back.
Yeah, the friendly feeling is completely gone.
Exactly. And you probably feel terrible.
You accidentally created a very uncomfortable situation.
Welcome to Practice English Studio, the podcast where you learn and practice real English through real conversations. I'm Grace.
And I'm Theo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. If you enjoy learning with us, please take a quick moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
It really helps us grow. And, it helps you keep practicing your English every single week.
Today, we are going to focus on a problem that almost everyone faces when learning a new language.
Yeah, it is a very common issue.
It is that nervous feeling you get in your stomach when you are speaking English with native speakers. You want to make friends, you want to know more about them.
Right, you're just curious.
But you have this huge fear. You think, what if I sound rude?
That fear is very real. And I want to say it is completely normal.
It is. You might want to ask someone about their age, or if they are married, or what kind of job they have.
Maybe you want to ask about their family, right? These are completely normal human things to be curious about. But in English, if you ask these questions directly, the other person might feel shocked.
So our mission for today's episode is to give you the exact tools you need to handle this.
Yes, we are going to teach you how to ask personal questions in a way that sounds polite, friendly, natural, and respectful.
But before we get to the tools, we need to understand the big question, why?
Right, the why is very important.
Why do perfectly normal questions suddenly feel like a trap when you speak English?
Well, that is where we have to look at cultural differences. It really is a cultural shock.
Can you explain that a bit more?
Sure. In many English-speaking cultures like the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, privacy is a highly respected core value.
Privacy. So people like to keep things to themselves.
Exactly. People strongly prefer to keep their personal lives to themselves. Because of this, indirect language is almost always preferred. You simply do not go straight to the point.
I see. And there is a whole list of topics that are generally considered strictly private in these cultures.
Yes, there is a very clear list.
We're talking about money, age, weight, politics, religion, and romantic relationships.
Right. And here's where the confusion starts for many English learners.
Because it is different in their home countries.
Exactly. Yeah. In many other cultures around the world, asking about someone's age or asking about their salary is completely normal.
Yeah, it is not rude at all in many places.
In fact, it is a way to show that you care. In some communal cultures, if I know your salary and your rent, I know how to help you. It builds community.
But in an individualistic culture, like American culture, money is deeply tied to personal independence.
Yes, it is heavily tied to a person's sense of self-worth and their personal merit.
So when you walk up to a coworker and ask, how much money do you make? You aren't just asking for simple data.
No, not to them. To them, it feels like you are calculating their value as a human being.
Oh, wow. That is a very important distinction. You're touching something that feels very vulnerable to them.
You really are.
I like to think about it like an apartment building.
An apartment building. I like this. Tell me more.
Well, in a big apartment building, there's usually a lobby at the front doors. The lobby is a public space. You always stop there first.
Right, you don't just walk past the lobby.
Exactly. Asking direct, private questions to a native English speaker is like skipping the public lobby entirely and breaking straight into their private living room.
Oh, I see. You are entering their most private space without even knocking on the door.
Yes. No wonder it feels shocking to them.
I love that image. You cannot just break down the door to the living room. You have to um, start in the public lobby, and then you have to knock.
But this makes me wonder, does this mean we can never ask about these topics?
That is a great question.
If money and relationships are in the private living room, are they completely forbidden forever?
Not at all. And that is the good news for our listeners today.
Okay, good.
There is no absolute rule that says you can never talk about age or jobs or family. It is entirely a matter of having the right technique.
So it is about how you ask, not just what you ask.
Exactly. You need to use careful politeness. You just have to know how to knock on the door softly.
Okay, so if it is just a matter of technique, what are the tools? How do we knock on that door?
We use something called softening phrases.
Softening phrases.
Yes. These are specific phrases that native speakers use all the time to make a question gentler. They act as a buffer.
A buffer, like a cushion to make things softer.
Right. Today, we're going to walk through 4 of these magic phrases. I really encourage you to listen and try to repeat them out loud.
Let's start with the first phrase. The first phrase is, if you don't mind me asking.
Notice what is happening in that sentence, if you don't mind me asking.
It sounds very gentle.
It does. Before you even ask your question, you are acknowledging the other person's feelings. You are showing them that you care about their boundaries.
I see. The second phrase is, can I ask you something personal?
What is beautiful about this one is how it gives the other person total control.
Because you are asking for permission first.
Exactly. You are formally asking for permission. When you say, can I ask you something personal, the other person has a clear choice.
They can say, sure, go ahead.
Right. Or if they feel uncomfortable, they can simply say, I'd rather not say. Giving them this control is a huge sign of respect.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, the third phrase is actually my favorite. It is, you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Oh, that phrase is incredibly powerful. It completely removes the social pressure from the conversation.
It is like building an escape hatch into the conversation.
Escape hatch.
Yeah, an escape hatch is a secret door that lets you exit a dangerous situation safely.
Ah, I understand.
When you say, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, you are literally handing them the key to the escape hatch. They don't feel trapped by your curiosity.
Exactly. You are opening a door for them to leave the topic easily without feeling awkward at all.
And finally, the fourth phrase is simple and direct. It is it okay if I ask?
Yes, that one is very common and very useful.
Now, looking at these phrases, I notice they are quite long.
They do add some length, yes.
I mean, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. That is 10 extra words just to ask a question.
It is a lot of words.
It makes me wonder, do native English speakers really use these long sentences in everyday life? Does it sound too formal or maybe a little robotic?
I'm glad you asked that. It doesn't sound robotic at all. In fact, skipping these words is what makes you sound robotic or aggressive.
Wait, really? Native speakers really use these exact phrases every single day.
They absolutely do.
So the extra words are actually the point.
Yes. In English-speaking cultures, taking the extra time to use more words is the ultimate sign of politeness.
Because you are slowing down for them.
Exactly. Taking an extra 3 seconds to say a longer phrase proves that you value their comfort much more than you value your own curiosity.
Wow, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it makes you sound mature, respectful, and very, very natural.
That makes a lot of sense. The extra words are doing a ton of heavy lifting to remove the social pressure.
They really are.
So now that we have our tools, let's test them out.
Good idea. Let's look at some real-world applications.
Let's give these rude questions a polite makeover. We can start with age.
Age is a great place to start. The rude, direct version is simply, how old are you?
Right. And we know that in many Western cultures, youth is highly valued. And aging can be a sensitive topic.
That can be very sensitive for a lot of people.
Asking how old are you directly feels like an audit.
It does. It feels cold.
Yeah.
But if we use our tools, the polite version becomes, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Oh, that sounds much better.
It is the exact same question, but the softening phrase at the beginning changes the entire feeling. It becomes a gentle inquiry instead of a demand.
Okay, let's move to relationships. If someone is getting older, people often ask the direct, rude question, why are you single?
Oh, that is a painful one to hear.
It really hurts. Asking why about someone's relationship status implies that there is a problem to be solved.
Exactly.
It sounds like you are judging them or suggesting that being single is a defect.
The word why in personal questions often feels like an attack.
So how do we fix it?
The polite makeover is to completely remove the word why. Instead of judging their past, ask about their present.
Like what?
You can say, are you seeing anyone these days? Or, are you dating anyone?
Oh, I like that. That feels much lighter.
Yes, it is just a simple question about right now.
Are you seeing anyone? It's
Yeah.
just a friendly check-in. It doesn't carry any heavy judgment.
Exactly.
Okay, next on the list of dangerous topics is money. We talked about this in the beginning. The direct, rude version is, how much money do you make?
As we discussed, this is a massive rule in English-speaking cultures. You should never ask for exact numbers about a person's salary or wealth.
Never ask for numbers. Okay, so what is the makeover? How do we ask about their job without asking about money?
The polite makeover is to ask, what kind of work do you do? Or, even better, do you enjoy your job?
Oh, wow. Notice what just happened there.
What did you notice?
This makeover completely changes the subject. We shifted from asking for cold, hard numbers and data to asking about their job satisfaction. We aren't even talking about money anymore.
You were absolutely right to point that out. That is a very deliberate strategy.
A deliberate strategy to change the subject.
Yes. A polite question often shifts the focus away from data. Data, meaning numbers, salary, or social status, is considered private.
Right.
Instead, you shift the focus to the person's feelings and their daily experiences.
That is fascinating. By asking, do you enjoy your job? You are giving them a safe space to share their feelings without forcing them to reveal private numbers.
Yes, it is much safer to ask about feelings than facts.
Let's move to the topic of children. The rude version is, why don't you have kids?
There's that dangerous word why again.
It really is dangerous.
It is incredibly invasive, especially because you never know what someone is going through privately with their health or their family.
That is so true. So the polite makeover here would be something broader, like, do you have a family?
Yes, that is softer.
But honestly, this topic is so high stakes, it is often best to just avoid the subject of children entirely unless the other person mentions it first.
I completely agree. Let them lead the way on that topic. If they want to talk about kids, they will bring it up.
Okay, finally, let's talk about weight and physical appearance.
This is an important one.
The rude version is stating a fact about their body, like, you gained weight, or even you lost weight.
Right.
I'm guessing weight is similar to the money rule, right?
Oh.
We want to shift away from hard data. So maybe instead of saying you lost weight, you say something positive like, you're looking really healthy lately.
Actually, no.
Wait, no.
No, and I am so glad you brought that up because this is a trap many language learners fall into.
A trap.
Yes. The rule for weight and physical appearance is zero comment at all. None.
Really? Not even a polite compliment about looking healthy?
Not even that. I cannot emphasize this enough. In these cultures, bodily autonomy and personal space are huge deals.
So no comments at all.
Exactly. Comments about someone's body, their weight, or their physical shape are always uncomfortable. They're considered highly inappropriate, especially in professional settings or with people you just met.
Oh, I see.
There is no magic phrase that makes commenting on someone's weight sound polite. You must skip this topic entirely.
That is a very clear line in the sand.
Yeah.
0 comments on bodies.
Yes, 0 comments.
So now we have our phrases. We know how to shift from data to feelings. And we know what topics to avoid completely.
We do.
But there is one more piece to this puzzle in this episode, isn't there? The timing.
Yes. Timing and pacing are just as important as the words you use.
Right.
Even if you use the perfect polite phrases, you cannot just fire them at someone rapidly.
Like a machine gun of polite questions.
Exactly. You cannot do that.
Yeah, if you just walk up and ask, "Can I ask you something personal? How old are you? If you don't mind me asking, are you married?" You are trying to make a massive emotional withdrawal without putting any trust into the relationship first.
That is a perfect metaphor. If you ask too many questions too fast, the other person will feel investigated.
Investigated.
Right.
Like by the police?
Yes. Or like they're at a stressful job interview. Even if your words are polite, the feeling is bad.
So we have to make a deposit first.
Yes. And in English conversations, that deposit is called small talk.
Small talk. You know, I know a lot of language learners really dislike small talk.
They do. It is very common.
They feel like it is fake or superficial or a waste of time. They want to get to the deep, real conversation immediately.
It is very normal to feel that way. But small talk is deeply functional.
Yeah.
Its job is not to exchange deep information.
Then what is its job?
Its job is to prove that you are a safe, pleasant person to be around.
Oh, just to build comfort.
Exactly. Small talk is a light, easy conversation about common, shared topics. It doesn't touch anything private.
So we are talking about topics like hobbies, food, movies, music, travel, the weather, pets, and sports.
Exactly. Instead of asking about relationships or money, you can start the conversation by asking, "What do you like to do on weekends?"
Or have you traveled anywhere recently?
Yes, those are great.
Or my personal favorite, do you like cooking? People love talking about food. It is open, friendly, and completely safe.
It really is. Food is always a safe choice.
But this brings up a practical question.
Okay, what is it?
If small talk is the deposit we have to make, how long do we stay in the small talk zone? When is it finally safe to use our magic phrases and ask a personal question?
That is a good question. Think of small talk like a temperature gauge. There is no strict time limit like you must talk about the weather for exactly 5 minutes.
Right, that would be
You
weird.
just have to read the room and watch the other person look at their body language.
What kind of body language?
Are they smiling? Are their
Yeah.
shoulders relaxed? Are they asking you questions back?
Oh, so you are looking for signs of comfort.
Right. Once the temperature is warm and both people are relaxed, the personal conversations will happen naturally.
That makes sense.
In fact, if you wait long enough, you might not even need the softening phrases.
Really? Why not?
Because the other person will feel so comfortable that they will start sharing their personal life with you voluntarily.
Oh, I see. The goal is comfort, not gathering information as fast as possible.
Exactly. Comfort is the key to everything.
We have covered some incredibly valuable ground in this episode.
We really have.
Let's do a quick recap to make sure all these rules are fresh in your mind.
Sounds good. Let's go through the rules.
First, always soften your approach. Acknowledge boundaries by using phrases like, "If you don't mind me asking."
Second, remember the ATM. Make a deposit before you try to make a withdrawal. Don't rush into heavy topics. Slow down and pace yourself.
Third, pay close attention to body language. If the person steps back, crosses their arms, or gives short answers, change the subject.
Fourth, always give people the choice not to answer. Build that escape hatch into your conversation so they never feel trapped.
And finally, when you are unsure if a topic is safe or not, pivot to small talk. Talk about the weather or a great movie you just saw. Option B, the softer option, is always the better choice.
Now, learning a language is all about taking action. So we have a weekly challenge for you.
Yes, the weekly challenge.
This week, your challenge is to try using just one of these polite phrases in a real conversation. Just one.
Try starting a sentence with, "if you don't mind me asking," and just see how it feels. Notice how the other person reacts.
Yeah, just see what happens.
Practicing a little bit every day means that those small improvements will become massive progress over time.
You can absolutely do this.
Before we go, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to ponder.
Oh, what is it?
Well, we have spent this whole episode talking about how you can be polite to native English speakers. But what happens if the situation is reversed?
Reversed. What do you mean?
What if someone asks you a very direct, seemingly rude question in English?
Ah, yes. That happens quite often, especially in diverse cities or international workplaces.
Next time someone asks you something shocking, take a deep breath. Try not to get defensive immediately.
That is good advice.
Consider the possibility that this person might not be trying to be rude at all. They might just be translating directly from their own native language and their own culture, where that topic is completely normal and friendly.
That is a wonderful perspective. Communication is a bridge. Sometimes people are just doing their absolute best to cross it, even if they stumble along the way.
Exactly. Give them the same grace, patience, and understanding that you are trying to learn today.
That is a beautiful way to look at it.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. We are so glad you are on this learning journey with us.
Remember once more to like, share, and subscribe to Practice English Studio so you can keep improving your real-life English every single week.
Yes. Keep practicing, keep talking, and please do not be afraid to make mistakes.
We will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.